Hi, I'm Battu from freefincal and welcome to another edition of Weight Loss Wednesdays. The last episode was published almost a month ago. Sorry, I've not been regular in putting up the series. So let's have a quick recap of the previous videos we've seen in the series. In the first video, I said do not exercise if you want to lose weight. Exercising is for staying fit. It is not for losing weight. If you start your diet regimen by exercising, you will end up eating more, and that's a mistake. And in the second part, I said do not do any kind of fasting when you want to start losing weight. That's a wrong idea. Do not drink plenty of water because it's important to be hydrated. And in the third video, I said I talked about the importance of that's the one, the nutrition label that changed my life. I talked about the importance of avoiding all forms of sugar. You do not put sugar in your coffee, you do not put sugar in your tea, you do not eat any kind of sweets, you avoid most of the fruits, preferably all fruits. Don't drink juice, nothing. You just avoid all kinds of foods with explicit sugar, that is artificial sugar added to it, or foods that are high in natural sugars. That's what I said. And in the last part published a month ago, I talked about finding out what your diet asset allocation is. That is, finding out how much you are eating carbs, how much you are eating proteins, how much you are eating fats, and so on. And I also suggested that if you actually did this study over a couple of weeks or so, you will understand that you are actually eating carbs. About, I would say, anywhere between 70 to 80% of your diet will be carbs, and that is a mistake unless you are a farmer, or you are an athlete, or you are working it all out. It really makes no sense to eat that kind of carbs. I mean, people say my grandfather ate my grandfather ate a lot of rice, my father ate a lot of rice, so did my mother, and so on. So that should be right. That no, it is not. Your grandfather and your father worked a lot. They did a lot more physical activity than you are doing now. Unless you are an athlete, or you are a farmer yourself. Most of us live sedentary lifestyles, so we cannot be eating the same food that they're eating. It will make us fat. So that logic is flawed. So we have either we become super active like them, which is not going to happen because we have technology, and we are able to pay people to we are able to outsource many of the hard work. So it's not going to make any sense to eat like them. So that logic is out of it. So what are we going to do in this video? So in this video, let's discuss: is there a right time to lose weight? That is there a right time in the day to start losing weight, or is it? I believe so, and I also believe it's also a suitable time to start dieting. It's a suitable part of the day to start dieting. So if you actually notice, most of us would have lunch by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock maximum. Most people will finish lunch. Very few people before 3 they will start a eat. But by 2 o'clock, I think most people would have finished their lunch. Then they would have dinner. So that's 2 o'clock, and then they would have dinner by anywhere between 8 to 9:30 roughly. Some people may go beyond that, but 8:30 to 9:30, I would say roughly, that's the dinner time. So that's like a solid at least 6 to 7 hour period in between lunch and dinner. Of course, it would be great if you ate nothing in between lunch and dinner. If you ate nothing, it would be great, but that's not possible if you're eating a lot of carb based food, and it's not it's difficult to do that. So I would suggest not doing that. That would be essentially a mini fast or half a fast. Most of us, what we do is between 4:30 to 5:30, we probably have a cup of coffee or tea or something, and then we have a bit of a snack. And then some people may, when they go home, they may drink another cup of tea or coffee, and then uh, have dinner later on, and so on. So what I would suggest is you utilize this gap between lunch and dinner to start your weight loss regime first. So what I would suggest is If you have super discipline, if you can manage to um, just have 2 cups of coffee or 2 cups of tea without sugar and manage this period and still not feel like you should not feel hungry, you should not feel tired, you should not feel deprived. If you can manage, that would be okay, and I think you that will kickstart your weight loss regime. But it may be difficult for many people. Uh, what you certainly should not do is not eat any kind of bhajis, what do you call samosas, namkeen, any kind of chaat. You should not have any of those items in, or vada, whatever it is. You should not have that in that period. Never ever have anything like that. You can do. There are several healthy options, and what I suggest is have a bag of peanuts. Peanuts are very inexpensive. They're indigenous, so there's no problem about that supply. So have a bag of roasted peanuts and take 1 or 2 handfuls maximum handfuls and eat that alone. Don't take the full bag and eat it. You will finish it off. That's dangerous. Don't eat too much of peanuts because peanuts got fat and it's got a little bit of carbs, so it's a very dangerous combination. One, I would suggest if you again it requires some discipline. 1 or 1.5 cups of handfuls of peanuts. Eat that around 4:30 to 5:30, and don't just have 1 cup of coffee or tea, a little bit less if you want, and then go to dinner. That's it. That will help you get used to eating lesser and lesser carbs down the line. So that's one option. The second option is if you can afford it, buy some almonds or walnuts. Walnuts are difficult to eat, but walnuts are the most healthiest. The healthiest food are the least tastiest often. So have a little bit of walnuts. You can't have 2 cups of 2 handfuls of walnuts. You can have 2 handfuls of almonds. Plain almonds is okay. Some people advocate washing the almonds and soaking them in water and so on. You can do it, but I have never tried it. I eat almonds asses. So you can try that, and that would be along with a little bit of coffee or tea, whatever. Try that. That's one way to handle that gap. What else? Another option is some people may not like it. These things you can try even in your office. You can just have a bag of peanuts and do it. But another option many people may not like is just have a small dabba of ghee and take about 1 to 2 spoons of ghee along with your coffee during this period, and you can manage this. There'll be enough fat, and the fat will take time to burn. And during that period, when the body wants energy, it will convert your fat and into energy, and you lose weight. That's the essential idea of a low carb diet. So you can try these options, and I think that's suitable. It will not. You're not. I'm not asking you to make dramatic changes in your dinner or dramatic changes in your lunch, but just that gap. That's a large gap where you're actually active. I mean, there's another gap between dinner and breakfast. There's a big gap, but between dinner and breakfast, most of the time we sleep, so it doesn't matter. But between lunch and dinner, it's a big gap where you're actually active and most productive. So in that time, if you start our weight loss regime, it will make a impact. It has made a big impact to me at least two times before. I mean, I've been losing weight and gaining weight, and so on. I'm not being great at this. Only in the last this low carb diet has worked the best for me. So that is what I would suggest, and please give this a try. Also, if for people who have since I talked about this a month ago, for people who are new since then, I would suggest going to dietdoctor.com. This is the website. I use it for information. So go to dietdoctor.com, and if you scroll down, you will see where is that? You'll be able to see. Yeah, you'll be able to see visual keto guides. Don't take keto names seriously. It's just a visual guide. It will tell you what to eat and what not to eat. So these are vegetables, fruits, nuts, everything. It's got all kinds of things. If you're a meat eater, it's wonderful. You've got a lot of choices, but be careful when you're a meat eater. Don't mix. Many people fry meat. That is, they'll take that meat and put coat flour over it. Put powder breadcrumbs over it and fry it. Don't do that. That's very unhealthy. Just eat naturally cooked meat. I find it rare to get this in India. It's hard to get it in India. When I was in Switzerland, Germany, it was so easy to get it. It was nice also, but In India, it's tough, difficult. You have to be a little careful, especially when you eat out in restaurants and so on. So one simple thumb rule on vegetables is anything that grows above the ground is nice and good. Anything that goes below is bad. But don't eat fruit. Be careful with respect to fruits. You can look at the guide. So if you, I will just click on one of them and show you. So this is the vegetable guide, and these numbers here, they tell you the net carbohydrates per gram. That is actual carbohydrates minus fiber. That they call the net carbohydrates. That is the net carbohydrates per 100 grams. That's what these things give you, and you can see the numbers there. Sorry, let me just go back up. You can see the numbers there. Fewer carbs are very good. Spinach, lettuce, asparagus, I don't think we get it. They're very good, but all of these are very good. There's no problem here. You can eat all of them. Only the ones that go below the ground, there are slightly problems. Put sweet potato, avoid sweet potato for sure. Beetroot is reasonably okay. Onion is okay. Carrot is okay. Parsnip we don't get, I think. Potato is bad. But I love potato. Unfortunately, I also love yam, which grows below the ground. But I eat it once a week. But I don't eat rice. So that's so. I mean, try small things. Just start doing that in the break, in the tea break, in the evening tea break. Make changes to your lifestyle. In that, it will make a big difference. If you're going out with friends every day and eating something along with coffee or tea, just have the coffee or tea without sugar. Then you can do this nuts business, or having a small 2 spoons of ghee, or you can even have a slice of butter if your office has a fridge. It should be fine. You can do all that privately when you're back in your cabin. Otherwise, it may be a little difficult to explain this to your friends and so on. It's very difficult to have understanding friends. That's very rare. So anyway, so that's it. Give this a try and let me know how your weight loss program is going on. And some people have commented that they will stop taking sugars. I want to know how you're getting on, whether there's a big difference in your life or not. Don't slip back to your old ways. Once you stop sugar, stop it for life. That's it. You will see the difference. I guarantee you, it's changed my life. I'll catch you again in another Weight Loss Wednesday video. Until then, take care.